Hello there, English speakers. I think these are 2 plus 1 more different birches that are growing very close together. Can't be that nice, but I guess they love each other. And there you see a Scots pine and some willows. Today we'll talk a little bit about philosophy and how to handle stuff and some, yeah, you guessed it. But let's start by taking a big, deep breath. So I got some nice word from James Miller here that you might think about a little bit. Own your mind, own your habits, own your reaction. That's how you take power, not by controlling the world, but by mastering yourself. So that seems wise, at least. And we can get an example how you can handle your reactions in a good way or in a bad way. So this is not about the involved people, because they are not that important, but general how you can handle things differently. So Tim Pool, he was going on another Candace Owens rant, and he says that Candace is a fucking evil scumbag because, well, reasons, because Turning Point USA is totally corrupt and should be shut down, that the Zionists are destroying the Republican Party and are allowed to do that, and people like Tim Pool are losing their followers because they are retarded, or they appear like that. I don't think he's retarded, but there's something wrong with him. So when Candace Owens reacted to this, she does exactly as I would have done and just say that this is obviously not about her. It never is. If you are a famous person, or if you are someone and you get someone on the internet attacking you, it's about them and their problems, not generally about what you have been doing, unless, well, it's obvious that, yeah, you did this and this was bad. But yeah, this seems to be a Tim Pool problem. She can't explain it, but she suspects that he's in economical problems, and then, yeah, acting out weirdly and deranged. So he did get shot at. So he thinks about shutting down his entire media business on the 19th of December. There was someone who called in to a sheriff that said that there was no contact with Tim Pool, but it is confirmed by the police that they have been contacted and that he has been shot at in the middle of the night. I assume he blames Candace Owens for that also, because that makes no sense whatsoever. But you can think about yourself. Do you want to react like Candace Owens and focus on something else and just find it weird that people are acting? Or do you want to jump up and down and destroy your credibility? So that's a way to take control of your reactions in a good or bad way. Australia has now banned people from thinking on the internet, so that's not allowed anymore if you are not fully, properly brainwashed. So if you are under 16 years old, you are not allowed to use social media in Australia anymore. And Meta, that is Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat and YouTube, have said that they will comply with the tyrants. Of course, it is not good for children to be using social media way too much. There is no way that the Australian government of tyrants and Satan worshippers care about the children. They care about the children getting properly brainwashed into obedient slaves. That's what they are interested in, and social media might destroy that. So that's why they are doing this. These are demons that locked up children during COVID, destroyed their lives, and then injected deadly poison into them. They are demons and they are no interest whatsoever of the well-being of the children. They hate them and they are showing this. And we will follow and see what happens if these children will just go to other platforms. I mean, they can go to Rumble, to Gab, whatever, where they can interact without the government being able to do so much about it, unless they start to totally block most of the internet, which I assume they want to do, and they will try. In Czech Republic today, they are getting a new prime minister. They tried to stop him because Babis is rich, and they don't want that. I think it's good that you get the oligarchs in charge of the government. Personally, that seems to work way better than if they, hire some sort of puppet. So this Babis has a net worth of 4.3 billion. So he's a multi, but not very multi-billionaire. And if you compare that to the stock market in Czech Republic, his fortune of 4.3 billion, that is 0.4% of the stock market value. So you have something to compare about. So maybe he owns 1,000th part of Czech Republic. So he's significant, but not really the biggest, richest in Czechia. This 4.3 comes from Forbes, so take that with a big grain of salt. But compare having an actual billionaire in charge as a prime minister with someone who thought he was smart, Ihor Kolomoisky. So he trained up and put Zelensky in charge as the president of Ukraine. And then Ihor Kolomoisky wrongly thought that he was safe to come back to Ukraine. But other Jewish mafia, we think that Ihor Kolomoisky was a criminal and did some, not really legal stuff. I have no evidence of that, but everyone says that. So we assume that, but he was a little bit reasonable, and that's probably why they stole Zelensky from him. And they, I mean this British, Ukraine, Israeli mafia. So Ihor Kolomoisky was not allowed to flee to Israel like the other Jewish mafia in Ukraine. So he was in Switzerland, I think. But now he's arrested and has got his president stolen from him. There were some comments there about this Babis. He's a skeptic about European Union and will fight back, which is the right thing to do. Leaving European Union or removing European Union, that will end exactly as it did with Soviet. Some other criminals will simply take over the position that Soviet had, and it will be worse. Part of Soviet, of course, was taken over by European Union that moved into Balticum, which arguably is better than Soviet Union was, but arguably, as I said. But no, we have to fix European Union. You can't just remove it. That will be a disaster. Speaking of disaster, National Contagion National Contagion Research Institute. So you might think that this is some big pharma thing about spreading of diseases and stuff. No, it's about spreading of ideas. So this is a censorship organization that wants to control the flow of information. And now they have looked into Nick Fuentes, the one who is critical of Jewish crimes, you can say. And they say that Nick Fuentes is totally fake and he actually have no followers, and it was just an illusion, and everything was bots run by secret services and stuff. So now you know what this National Contagion Contagion National Contagion Research Institute. You of course know who are behind this. Yes, you guessed right. Yeah, Hindus. Yes, really, they are donating to him. So you can take this game where you play, is it a Stein, is it a Berg, or is it a Ovitz? So if you play that game with this Hindu-funded organization, and it was founded in 2018 by Joel. What did you bet on? Stein, Berg, Ovitz? Stein, you have won. It's Finkelstein. Joel Finkelstein created this organization that gets a little bit of money from Zionist Hindu organizations and from Zionist organization and Jewish censorship organizations, including Soros and Koch, and even more horrible Zionist terror organizations. So now you know why they have found made up stuff about Nick Fuentes. And Data Republican, that is often quoted by, for example, Elon Musk. She has trusted their data because she is a Zionist asset, it seems. So do not trust that. But this Chabad, maybe I have... it's a Jewish mafia that is everywhere, but they do seem reasonable, actually. So they have good connections to Putin. So this Ihor Kolomoisky, he's a Chabad Jew. So, you know, these big hats. They have fedoras, not tiny Jew hats. They have fedora, so you can call them fedora Jews. So Kolomoisky might actually have been interested to make peace with Putin, which makes sense, because Chabad has made peace with Putin. So they are not anti-Putin, they have good relations with Putin and with Milei, that they put in charge in Argentina, despite that Milei is pro-Israel, and Israel didn't allow the Chabad Jew Ihor Kolomoisky to flee there. So the more I learn about the Chabad, the less critical of them am I. They might, of course, be gangsters too, but reasonable gangsters, maybe. So I will just nuance that a little bit. Some Jews that are not reasonable is the ones who are now controlling Zelensky. There will be no peace whatsoever. They will murder as many Ukrainians and Russians as they can. And Bibi Netanyahu, he will not retire. He refused to do that, and he will let the voters decide, he said. That means that he will make sure to win the next election, and if the voters vote wrong, he will murder them, because that's what he generally do. If you want to see a gas chamber, Karl Radl has presented an image from Majdanek. In Majdanek they had a gas chamber there, very nice one, with baths and windows that you have in all sorts of gas chambers. Very nice. So maybe you can believe that. Google's CEO, he is in every interview, he is talking about data centers in space. So in 2027, Google will build their first mini data center in space, and then they will build up bigger. And the reason is that they want cheap electricity and maybe easier to get permits and stuff in space. So the free solar power that they can have uninterrupted in space seems something that they want to do. So that's everything for today. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Take control of your reactions and hope that I can actually write my Substack. I can't make links at the moment. Something is messed up on the site. No idea what has happened there, but I hope they have fixed it before I come home. See you tomorrow. By the way, I will make a video about the Twitter feed of Elon Musk, because I've noticed something.